Hello, my name is Kimberly Sharp, and today I'm going to be talking to you about elderly driving. Imagine it's a hot summer day and you're at a farmer's market picking out what you're going to eat for dinner that night. Suddenly you hear yelling and you quickly turn around to find a mess of mangled bodies and a Buick driving straight at you. Well, this was the scene one hot summer day in California when an 86-year-old man mistakenly drove his car into innocent pedestrians at a market. Today, there are an increasingly large amount of elderly drivers involved in deadly crashes. As we all age, our senses start to decrease and it can cause unsafe driving conditions or impaired driving. Currently, there are minimal restrictions regulating elderly driving, even though they are responsible for a large number of deadly crashes in the United States. I think that due to the disproportionate accidents involving seniors, there should be more stringent limits on the eligible driving ages in the United States. As people age, their senses start to decline, which may limit an individual's ability to drive safely. Age-related changes that can affect individuals' driving are worsening eyesight, loss of hearing, and increased reaction time. A study by Professor Cobb found that there are 4 areas of concern with elderly driving, and they are visual speech, recognition of a problem, evaluation, and response. It is important to be able to recognize a problem and act accordingly when driving to avoid crashes. Elderly people are more likely to get into fatal car accidents than almost any other age group. As you can see in this pie graph, this here is adults 75 years or older, and as you can see, they make up a pretty good portion of the overall fatal accidents. The only other group that is larger than them is 16 to 19-year-olds. A disproportionate amount of car accidents today involve an elderly person. According to Professor Cobb, drivers over 65 have more fatalities and crashes than any other group but those under 25. And when a person reaches the age of 70, the chance of being in a fatal car crash increases dramatically. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, in 2012, there were 214,000 injured people 65 and older, and there were also 5,560 people 65 years and older that were killed in car accidents. Currently, there are minimal restrictions on elderly driving. In Wisconsin, residents are required to renew their license plates every 8 years, regardless of their age. There are no additional provisions when you become an elderly individual. Renewing of license in Wisconsin consists of filling out some paperwork and paying a small fee. It does not evaluate how safely the driver is and how well they can drive. A doctor can report an unsafe elder driving to the Department of Transportation, and their license is canceled, but the individual can appeal the decision. Often, doctors do not report unsafe drivers because they feel bad taking the individual's license away and potentially threatening their livelihood. So in conclusion, as individuals age, their senses start to decline, which may cause unsafe driving. Elderly individuals can cause a disproportionate amount of driving accidents each year. There is currently no effective legislation to prevent unsafe elderly drivers from getting into their cars and driving on the roadways. There needs to be more regulations in place to keep unsafe elderly drivers off the road to protect themselves and to protect others.